Greetings to all of you. I am Kundan Kanan, Managing Partner and Co-founder of INLACE, which stands for India, LAC, that is Latin America and Caribbean region, and España, Spain. INLACE is derived from Spanish word enlace, which means to link or to connect. The epicenter of businesses in Central America and a hub of hubs for entire Americas. Panama is a Spanish-speaking country, as you may all know. Our INLACE is an entrepreneurial entity committed to work in the interfacing of industry, academia, industry between these emerging economies, India, South Asia, and the LAC region. Our core competence is consultancy, advisory, business facilitation, promotion, and collaboration, keeping Latin America and Caribbean region in the nucleus of all our entrepreneurial, trade, and business activities. INLACE with the global outlook has its offices located at Panama City, Republic of Panama, and its associate offices at Chennai, Bengaluru, New Delhi, and Mumbai in India. Welcome to become an integral part of our business venture, ensuring trust, confidence, and mutual growth. Your business is important to us. We look forward to connect with you. Thank you.
We will have our next session.
Muchos saludos cordiales a todos. Bienvenidos a realizar negocios con INLACE, la entidad emprendedora que se dedica a la consultoría, asesoría, promoción, facilitación y colaboración entre India, Latinoamérica y Caribe y también España. Soy Kundan Kanan, Managing Partner y cofundador de INLACE. Yo vivo en Panamá. La palabra clave de INLACE es enlazar entre industria, academia, industria. INLACE, con su percepción y alcance global, tiene su casa matriz ubicada en la ciudad de Panamá, República de Panamá, y asociadas oficinas en Chennai, Bengaluru, Nueva Delhi y Mumbai en la India. Les traemos una gama de oportunidades y posibilidades de negocio desde la India y países sudasiáticos. Esperemos asociarnos en multilubros, multiverticales y multiproductos. Yo con mis socios y asociados nos quedamos a la entera disposición. Muchísimas gracias.
So now officially kick-starting the session.
Namaste to all.
Hello, Sumita. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Yeah, welcome, Viridiana from Mexico. And I can see Michelle. I can see Michelle Zunuet from Mexico. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi, it is a lovely evening back in India and a very good morning. And hopefully, as Nilsa has projected us, Panama is shining in the morning, and also a good evening to Indonesian people as well. Before we kickstart,
Pranjal, switch on your camera, please.
Hi, sir. I am using two screens. One.
All right. Okay. All right. You are always well prepared. Right.
Right. So before we kickstart, couple of housekeeping rule, and before I would love to introduce myself. I'm Pranjal Jain, member of the Inlays and also representing Startup Grind. Before we kickstart, would love to request everyone to rename their name on the Zoom interface in the order of their name and their country. And I shall also do it right away. Our second task would be that as we are keeping our video, it would be preferable if we could keep our video on to make social contact, but would love to request everyone to keep your audio off in order to avoid any unnecessary noise. And I might also take the liberty as and when required to mute everyone if we are having any disturbance. And we would love to follow one person at a time. The third thing would be to understand whenever we are speaking, it would be lovely if we could speak slowly, as there are a number of English or with wide variety of English which we are going to speak today, which we are going to listen. So and we have people from Latin America, Indonesia, India. It would be nice if we could speak slowly and we could use English as a medium to converse. So if how the another 1.5 hours would look like, that we are going to kickstart with Kundan to share about the vision of putting up this women entrepreneur session and why we have and how he has set up and how he has brought everyone together today. We are seeing amazing 12 entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs from across the global south, which is amazing to see and which is rare as well as in these sessions. Is the audio fine or it is not good? I will try to speak louder.
It is not very clear.
I can hear you perfectly.
Right, let me switch my internet.
It depends on the internet connectivity to everyone. So I think Pranjal's audio is perfect, but depends on the receiver end.
Sure. So we'll try to be a little bit slower and we'll change my internet connection. I'll switch to another connection. So let us all stick ourselves. So our request to the panelists. So then the panelists are going to present. We would love to request them to stick to 3 minutes for each of them. During the presentation, the slides are to be when you want the slide to be changed, I would be sharing the screen, and if you would wish to change the slide, please say next. That would be an indicator for me to change the slides. When the 6 panelists finish, we shall have a 1-minute pause to reflect upon the presentation done till the time. After the 12th panelist, we shall have the same kind of pause, and before we open for the open house, we shall have a small discussion among the panelists if they would love to comment or ask any question to each other in the panelist. And would request all the participants and everyone, the panelists and the participant, to put their questions or their thoughts, anything on the Zoom interface. And it would be preferable if you could. Right. It would be preferable if you could put, whenever you're putting any question on the Zoom interface, please mention the name of the panelist or the participant to whom you would love to ask that particular question. That would help or each of us to understand to whom we are asking this question. Otherwise, I will also type all of these housekeeping rules on the Zoom interface once we kickstart. If there are any other if my voice, if my audio is not so good. The one of the major thing to understand is that whenever we need to speak, it would be lovely if we could use the virtual hand of the Zoom interface. So we could try to use and do that part. Can we all try to raise our hands on the Zoom?
Zoom sir.
Right, and there is also the feature of lower our hand. So once you're done with your turn, once you're done with your thought or asking a question, please lower your hand as well. And so that would be a prompt for us to pick people directly who wants to speak. That's all. From the housekeeping rules, if anyone wants to keep their video on or off, it's totally fine, but it would be lovely if you could keep our video on so that we could know, as we are from different part of the world. And there might be small hiccups, but would love to be patient from our side, as we are right. So to kickstart, this particular session is, sorry, I'm having the feedback in my end. Right, this particular session is Inlays is organizing with Startup Grind. If you wish to explore more about the Inlays, please visit our website, inlays.co. And this particular event, Inlays is tying up with Startup Grind Noida, which is a global community of entrepreneurs, and which is located in more than 700 cities in the world. And one of the starting questions, would love to dig more. Before we come to this particular question, would love to introduce myself. I am an engineer plus a designer, and I have lived in India and have traveled across both North India and South India, and learned. And through that connection, I got introduced to Kundan and Inlays in 2015, and from there onwards, we started this journey together. More about me we could discuss later, and we could start with the question and this is a question: can we deny that women are the backbone of communities all over the world, and their businesses and entrepreneurship uplift families, communities, and entire society? So over to you, Kundan, to kickstart our session. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranjal. Again, welcome everybody, everyone. Bienvenidas y bienvenidos. Very beautiful session. We look forward to have. Let's speak slowly, as Pranjal said, because we have a variety of English coming from India, within India, many other states, and in Latin America, each country, right? We will have people, panelists, and the participants coming from 7 countries, right? So beautiful to be there. In the world vocabulary changed since 15 or 17 March 2020. We all know why, how, when. Let's not go into that. But then, why is this interaction session at all required? Inlays, as an organization, contemplated it quite opportune in bringing out various stories of women entrepreneurship, connecting them with each other, learning from their grit, that is bravery, courage, innovation, technique, and decision making for the larger perspective of South-South cooperation, what we call it, Cooperación Sur y Sur, South-South cooperation. Okay, so this is what the thing where how the world changed for all of us in past 14 months between the dichotomy, the duality, the binaries, COVID-19 pandemic, and what exactly it brought to the world. Precisely, if you all allow me to highlight in some words. So I will say fear and apprehension, pain and suffering, physical separation, mistrust and suspicion, kindness and generosity, value of mother nature, emergence of new kind of businesses, what we call it entrepreneurship, emprendimiento in Spanish, more channels of communication, innovation, technical applications, awareness, alertness, and care for health and hygiene. So probably all these as a paradigm shift, what this brought in last 14 to 15 months at a larger scale, specific scale, medium scale, right? And we all are responding to the world, right? This session is meant specifically for entrepreneurs and among us, women entrepreneurs, okay? Debate can go on what and who is an entrepreneur. A simple definition says, quote unquote, an entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, firm, organization, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. Enjoying entre comillas, inverted comma, okay? In Spanish, if I can put it like this, ¿qué es el emprendimiento? What is entrepreneurship? ¿Quién es el emprendedor? Who is an entrepreneur? ¿Esforzamos solo? Do we effort alone? ¿Arriesgamos solo? Do we take risk alone? ¿Ganamos solo? Do we earn alone? ¿Estamos premiados solo? Are we rewarded alone? It's a matter of debate. We can go on and on, right? With this, may I welcome the first panelist, Ms. Rina Rahman from El Salvador. She has a company called Novica, 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 and how she has a connect with India, you'll get to know right away. Over to Rina. Unmute yourself.
Hello, good morning. Do you hear me?
Yes, Rina. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have studied international business in Switzerland, but I have always loved nature. After the peace agreement signed by Salvador between the government and guerrilla, I was involved in a reinsertion project supporting Salvadorian fighters to build productive projects so that they don't go back to the weapons. We choose to reactivate the indigo crop, a national heritage from the 16th and 17th centuries, and it was a big success. India is, as you know, the biggest producer in the world, but we wanted to start fighting against the gigant. So we had really a big success, and what we wanted to reach it was that they don't go back to the weapons, that the civil war really finished, and it was like that. After the program was finished, there was no support from the German and Salvadoran government. So the program, everything started falling apart. So I decided to make my own private project to give technical support to the growers and communities around me. Luckily, with a big success, because then people here in Salvador knew that indigo was a heritage from Salvador. And we have lived more than 300 years only from indigo. The indigo has supported our economy for more than 300 years. It was, as I say, a big success until the COVID-19 arrived. And for me, what was worse because the tropical storm Amanda and Cristobal destroyed 25 indigo hectares of my indigo crop. So I start looking what I should do, but to our luck, our country, El Salvador, has managed the COVID-19 pandemic very well. But anyway, I start to have some perceptions and visualize many challenges. So I start to evaluate my business and develop some strategies to stop the slow market that has been giving headaches to the entrepreneurs worldwide. And I was trying to keep my business alive. In order to add value to my blockchain, I was manufacturing at the beginning luxurious home decor. But with the pandemic, nobody was going out or were working from home. So my products had no more demand. So the time to innovate has arrived, and I start making alliances with design departments of some well-known universities and decide to make a collection, clothes collection for casual, comfortable wear using my natural organic certified indigo dye that is also relaxing and don't contaminate the water. So this is what I have done during the 14 months we were in the pandemic. But also I have another view, and I was looking at the rapidly changing world, and I was asking myself, how can I help professionally to support the everyday growing demand for innovation and entrepreneurship and for all sustainability. So I decided to do mentoring and dyeing trainings. And in order to promote my new products, I participate at virtual trade fairs in Mexico. The pandemic has been for me very useful and relaxing because I have time to really develop my ideas and I enjoy the ideas I was starting. So this is my short history. I hope it will help you as I will hear your histories, and I hope also they will help me. Thank you very much.
Rina, you're a torch bearer of entrepreneurship in Latin America, in Central America, and for the Corporación Sur y Sur, for the South-South Corporation. I must tell you that. A big applause. A big applause. And we are so blessed to have you to start this such a beautiful session. May I share with all of you in this room that precisely in 1917, when our Mahatma Gandhi, Querido Gandhi, when he returned to India from South Africa, he went straight to Bihar. And the revolution that is called as Neel Kranti, Neel means indigo. Neel is a Hindi word.
Okay. Yes.
Neel means indigo. He started with the indigo revolution, helping the farmers of Bihar against the British imperialism to throw British out of India. Right?
So, to that, I can also add,
yes,
for me, indigo is a peace weapon, because in India has helped to start the process of independence, and in Salvador has also helped to start the process of getting really peace after a civil war.
Fantastic, beautiful. What a beautiful convergence, la convergencia histórica entre El Salvador y la India. Beautiful, beautiful. I must say that. Okay.
Por eso los
Welcome.
quiero.
Y también te queremos mucho. Sí, Rina. We love you for that. We love you for that. Okay. Okay. And one very specific word you used, that pandemic has been very useful and relaxing for you. Let us go forward and learn from other panelists. How can we say that for last 14-15 months, it was useful and relaxing? So may I take this whole panel, the discussion now, to our next panelist, and let me welcome my colleague, my friend, right, my very, very dear friend. I may call her sociopreneur, okay, emprendedora social and managing partner of Inlays Panama City, Nilsa Gonzalez. Nilsa, over to you, please.
Oh my. Well, good morning to you all. Good evening. Thank you so much, Kundan. Thank you so much to all of you strong women who join us today, and those men who are enlightened enough to also support us in this path. So thank you so much for shedding light. So I'm one of those people who has many hats. I'm a volunteer, I'm a mentor, I'm a social worker by profession. My call is to help. And I enjoy dearly doing that. The pandemic also, well, like many people, put me out of a job. So in those times, you go through this phase that you go from crisis, then it's desperation, then self-reflection, and then empowerment. And that, at least that was my path. And so in terms of the things that I've been doing with my many hats, these were really cool hats, so I wanted to put those there. I started this site on Instagram that is called My Social Quail with my partner, and we love movies. So we said, you know what, movies have really meaningful things to offer to us. So how about we get those amazing quotes from movies and we share them with people? And that's what we've been doing in My Social Quail. Joined and was blessed to be working with Kundan in Inlays and Pranjal and all the amazing Inlays team. And I am a volunteer for the United World College National Committee here of Panama. I'm the head of this organization here and committee. And we've been working in a project of this podcast to inspire people and to bring a good message to people that dearly need it. You know, can we go to the next slide, please? Give it one more click, Pranjal. There we go. So I'm a Panamanian, and I'm very proud of my roots. And this pandemic brought adjustments. If you see the top picture, all of our meetings became digital, and we had to wear masks everywhere. Here, we even had to wear face shields and all of that. And with that, we also came with our own personal fears, fears that we're not going to be able to achieve the things that we want. And I'm sure that in a way or another, you all felt that way, like, oh my God, is this really happening? So my quick tip, crisis is the greatest time to self-reflection and self-growth. So with that, you know, it came with a lot of challenges. Of course, the COVID itself is a challenge. We have seen a lot of people depart, a lot of people out of jobs, a lot of people in crisis. And of course, that comes with financial restraints. And then again, right again to point again is the self-blockages and self-doubt, self-sabotage that we can call it. Then the next slide. I'm big at keeping a smile in my face, no matter what, no matter sadness, no matter, like, it's a good day, you smile. It's a bad day, you smile. And you say good morning and you cheer people up. So tools that I develop, I guess, I decided to move it to social media. So I decided to take conference. I decided to learn new tools. I started gaming. I play games and I have a Twitch channel. I don't have many followers, but I'm doing it. And I decided after so much thinking, I said, oh my God, nobody's going to like it. And then one day I just like, you know what? It doesn't matter if nobody likes it. I am happy about it. Somebody's going to go. And it's been growing. It's been growing. And I love gaming. So that's good. It's a win-win situation. I strongly advise seeing the opportunities like this one for expansion. Because when you network, you share knowledge and you expand and share what you know with everybody else. And then in terms of adaptability, as you probably all already did this, you forget the box. Don't care about the box. Get out of that box and think in circles, rectangles, triangles, whatever you like. Get your own shape and make it yours. So, and then I hear this phrase a lot, like, oh, shoot for the stars and you'll, no, shoot for the moon and you will land in the stars. Well, I think that's a little bit off. And I encourage you to shoot for the stars. You may land in the moon. Well, the moon is more closer. Start with that. And, but it is still pretty amazing. And so what this situation has been is a lot of opportunity, a lot of thinking out there and trying new things and doing all of these little bits and pieces that has allowed me to, of course, grow as myself, but also help other people in their growth and encourage them to continue pushing through, because those cloudy days, it's okay, the sun will come out. So thank you so much, you guys, you ladies.
Thank you so much, Nilsa. Indeed, beauty lies in the eyes of beholder, as the saying goes, right? Key takeaway from your presentation: how to keep thinking and get out of the box in the situation of whatever kind of crisis. As a sociopreneur, that I would repeatedly like to call you, love to call you, right? Doubting, self-doubting and expanding, self-doubting and growing. Smiling with your eyes. Faces are covered till here. Should I not smile? I will smile, but I will smile with my eyes. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I'm so proud to be working with you together in this venture of Inlays. May God bless all of us. Okay. Moving to the third presentation. And the key, if I say, you are seeing on the screen, but I would like to put it in Spanish. First, oye, ¿te has vuelto loco? Oye, ¿te has vuelto loca? Are you mad? In Hindi, pagal hai kya? So all these expressions are a linear, vertical, horizontal, unlimited, limited expressions in day-to-day life, right? May I please welcome Neha Khandelwal to tell us how she, through her entrepreneurial venture as a team of women, look at the aspect of mental health in youth. Over to Neha.
Thank you, Kundan, for inviting me for the inlays, the space and this conversation and making me meet so many lovely people. Um, Hi, everyone. My name is Neha, and I'm here representing a community for mental health dialogues for young people in India. The whole space essentially started with the fact that in India, we generally do not talk about mental health because it is stigmatized to the end extent. And usually, when we think of mental health, it is equated with mental illness. As soon as language is very much a key in this mental health space, because um, you if you have mental health issues, it's generally regarded as something you should be able to do by yourself. You don't really require a support system to do that. Versus when you actually have mental health issues, you might not even recognize it because A, you don't have a language for it, and B, therefore you would not be able to talk about it. Next slide, Pranjal. And which essentially brings us to the space where when we started talking to people, and I'm a researcher. I'm a design researcher and a user experience designer by profession, and so therefore when I started with this project, I actually just started with having conversations with people. And the two things that came about was the fact that, unless and until people talk about their mental health or find, normalize the aspect of talking about your mental health, you won't be able to go anywhere from, like that needs to be the starting point. The second thing that we realized was that mental health is a journey, and very often you drop out of this journey, and the reasons are like the n number of reasons, and one of the biggest reason is the fact that you don't know who is the right person to seek for the information. There is a lot of confusion in terms of the words that mental health professionals use. So there is psychologists, there is psychiatrists, there is um, mental health professionals, there is just so many people that you have in the system, which as a layman you don't know, you don't understand which one am I supposed to go and talk to, and the burden of making all those decisions essentially falls on the person with the mental health challenges, specifically in India, and therefore you people often drop out from the system. So the space that we try to build with Pagal Hai Kya was essentially, encouraging people to talk about their mental health. And we next slide, please, Pranjal. And we essentially focused on bringing different people from the ecosystem together. So we had the mental health professionals, we have the mental health advocates, and we have a bunch of people who are, interested in solving the same problems as Pagal Hai Kya wants to do. So one of the things is that with the mental health advocates, when you bring forth people who are comfortable in this skin and want to talk about their mental health, it really has an impact on another person who thinks that they are lonely and nobody else understands nobody else will ever understand what I'm going through. Because as soon as you listen to the stories, and as humans, one of the things that definitely comes out is that we all are very similar. We have similar basic needs, and it might be, we might be living in different contexts, but we tend to do similar things as humans. And therefore, listening to your fellow humans talk about their own experiences with mental health, their own journeys, is pretty powerful. Then we have the mental health professionals. So we kind of like pooled together a bunch of mental health professionals who believed in intersectionality, who in India, patriarchy is something that we all struggle with, and therefore it was very important to identify people who call themselves feminists, who are intersectional in nature, who believe, who recognize their privileges and are able to identify the societal complexities that actually impact your mental health. And therefore we put together a pool of such people, and what we have essentially is a online space where people can have conversations. Next slide, Pranjal. So right now the space that we are at, it's a very small community. It's only around 100 members, and the challenge that we are essentially facing is the fact that sustainability, because in mental health everything is people dependent, and people is what we do not have. We don't have, we have almost like one psychiatrist to over 1 lakh people, and mental health professionals. So overall these are people who are overburdened and are not, their time is not readily available. But when it comes to technology products, the way that they deal with mental health is kind of like a, very often it is a band-aid solution. It's not something that enables a person to take, ownership of their mental health and work towards that. So therefore it's the question that, like, I'm struggling, or my team as a whole is struggling at this point of time, is how do you create a space that is sustainable, that doesn't and uses technology at the same time, and doesn't it's a safe space, but at the same time it kind of it should be able to meet certain milestones that we have identified. For example, are you able to talk about your mental health? What kind of language do you use when you talk about your mental health? Are you able to seek support? Are you able to get the support? Are you able to follow the support that you are able to receive? So there are a lot of questions that we are exploring as a organization, and we will eventually get to the answers. But one thing that I've definitely learned from COVID is that there are a lot of things that are not in your control. So therefore, it is very good for your mental health to give it space and time and focus on things that you can control. And yes, pagal hai kya? Yes, I am. Thank you.
Very lovely. As you said, pagal hai kya? Yes, I am. Yeah. Are you mad? You said, yes, I am mad, right? Beautiful, beautiful. The way you have put across, one of my friend, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, right now the professor of Francophone studies, French language in the University of Hyderabad. He has a research on literature, madness and literature. What is madness in literature, right? So maybe one of the kind of, must read kind of thing will be for the people who wants to really understand the cause and the aspects of mental health. I, in this panel, and the participants in this room, would be very interesting to also know, how do we see the aspects of mental health in Latin America, in Central America? Can your organization PHK have a counterpart in Latin America, if inlays can facilitate that? Yeah. So we look forward to have some more project. Nilsa Gonzalez already raising hand, and she would like to associate with you one-on-one. Yes, through her organization and through inlays. She is already ready, yeah, to work with you. So you have already a counterpart in Latin America.
That's great to hear, Lisa. Look forward to talking to you more.
Udar, can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah, a wonderful presentation, Naga. Thank you very much. I'm Professor Suresh. I think Kundan can introduce me. I think many of
yeah, but then Sureshji, but then we wanted to finish two more and then we can go.
No, this is related to this mental health.
Okay, okay. Professor Suresh is again a socio-techno entrepreneur, I would say. Yeah, and a guide, a supervisor, a scholar, right? A person who knows what is called gratitude is an aptitude, right? And so, and also a partner of inlays from South India mainly. Over to you, Sureshji.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kundan. I'm very happy about this mental health topic you have taken up over there. This we have taken this very seriously after tsunami, because that was the biggest turning point for us, because within 15 minutes, if you can see a catastrophe, completely devastating of 1,450 kilometers of the entire east coast of South India. And we had a lot of children who lost single parent or both parents or adolescent girls and things like that. This was in 2004. So immediately after that, we came to know this is one of the very important subjects. So what, with the support of NIMANS, so we established mental health centers in the villages. Especially after COVID, again, it has got a different dimension of being loneliness and loss of livelihood. So what we have done is two things, comparing both things. One is industrial level, one is community level. The community level, because mental health is a subject which cannot be handled by a single person. It needs a lot of support from the community itself. And second thing is a new person talking about mental health will be difficult. So Nilsa, I think you'll also agree with me. So what we have done is we have selected an adolescent girl, the age of 18 to 25 from every village. And we have trained all the volunteers and continuously we are training them. And the nativity, the local person giving a counseling will be always very, very effective to the community. Community will listen because India is different ethnic, different group of people. So the languages, as you said, mostly South India, we don't speak Hindi, you know that. So it is always better to choose a person from the local community, train them continuously on that, will give a sustainability, number one. Number two, industries are concerned, the workers are very much affected. So one of my students, like Pranjal, his name is a homeopathy doctor, and he has come out with a concept called MFA, mental first aid. Okay, and he has established a concept along with, I have linked with the human resource managers, HR managers, and so of huge MNCs, multinational companies. So the company will organize big training programs along with this trainers for the community, sorry, for the workers as well as for the community, and do's and don'ts and how to reach the people. As far as COVID is concerned, the more you can use the social media as well as the powerful connectivities to reach maximum people and take out the fear out of their mind will definitely increase immunity in their system. So that is what we have been experiencing. And I think within 2-3 months, we'll come out some publications which will be available in English also. Yeah. So thank you very much, Neha. That's one of the finest topic you touched, and happy to welcome you to English Network. Thank you so much.
Nilsa, would you like to comment? Neha and Nilsa, would you like to comment anything? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Professor Suresh. So Professor Suresh will be one of the key rejoinder between Nilsa and Neha through also the publication of on the aspect of mental health, what Professor is looking forward to, and we will come up with a joint publication, right, on the channel of Inlace, joining the thought processes of Pagal Hai Kya, that is PHK, and what Nilsa Gonzalez thinks about Panama and Central America at large. So let's see, we'll plan a publication together. That's a good proposal, sir. Thank you, Professor. A professor will be always scholarly and academic. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. Now, our fourth panelist, and probably one of the youngest here, right, from Panama, Sara Torres, right? Creativity is the key to any entrepreneurship. And Sara comes with creativita. Okay. Look at the beautiful word, creativita. Okay. I like the word very much. Okay. She's an artist and a woodworker, not a woodpecker, woodworker. So let's see how she works on wood and how she looks at the whole world of during pandemic and post-pandemic through her eyes. Over to Sara.
Okay. Hello. Thank you so much for having me here today, for inviting me to this meeting. I'm super excited to be here with all of you and share my story and also know about your story because it's very important to grow together. My name is Sara. I'm a Panamanian artist and a woodworker. My two entrepreneurs are Creativita and Studio. In Creativita, my boyfriend and I create wood products for our clients since 2018. And Sense Studio, it's my artist brand, and I started with this brand this year, selling online because I never was selling years before. So I decided to open this shop during this pandemic. This is something crazy, but thanks God it's going well. Yes, in these businesses, I have troubles, I have challenges. You can see that in my next slide. The challenges that I have in this thank you, in these businesses are for Creativita, that I have to choose my buyer persona. because we used to sell products to people who has a stand in the events, and the events were canceled, were closed, and we were not selling anything. So we have to change our buyer persona to sell to people who have interest in home decors or some a special products like gift that they want to give to someone special. In the studio, the problem I have is that the shipping costs are very expensive, and Panama Post Office is only shipping to some countries in America, and there are other services that are very expensive that my customer cannot pay for them. And also, it's a new brand selling online. One of the things that I have to do to continue with my businesses to adjustment during this COVID situation is in my next slide. Some of the things that I do and I'm doing right now is I have to learn about marketing. I'm not an expert with this topic, but I think it has helped me a lot to focus my businesses and know what I have to do, what strategy I have to change, or what things I have to do right now to continue with them. Also, I have to look for other ways to continue with the businesses. For example, I didn't have a delivery person that can do the delivers. So because my boyfriend and I are the ones that were doing that, so we have to contact to another company to deliver our products to the person that are interested in home decor things. For example, like sun shopping boards or sheet boards, and for example, gifts like you saw in my first slide. Also, I decided to work in other income sources. I think you can do many things with one business. You can multiply or have many income sources just with one. For this reason, I decided to open online courses to help people to learn about how to work with wood and learn about woodworking. And also, I'm creating online courses also to people who want to learn how to sculpt miniature things with clay, because I forget to say it, but as an artist, I sculpt figurines, small figurines to people who want to collect them. So I'm trying also to help people to also learn about how to do things with their hands. To also they also can open a small business too. So these are the things that I'm doing in my businesses. That the way I adjust them to this COVID situation, to this pandemic. I hope these things I do can help you to improve yours. I'm so happy for the endless team for inviting me here today to talk a little bit about me and the things I have done so far. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And something I can say I have learned about the COVID is that I don't have to doubt about myself. And I also encourage you that don't doubt about yourself. You have to be brave. We are women, and we have the power to continue. We are intelligent. We are brilliant. We are smart. And thank you. Thank you for everything and for this opportunity.
Beautiful, Sarah. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, the key to your creativity, the three pillars of your creativity will be always, you know better than me, right? Number one, grit. Number two, innovation. And number three, decision making. And that brings Sarah Torres, correct? So beautiful presentation, and may God bless you. You will do well. You will do differently well. Yeah. So, and you are such a be capital, be positive. You are so be positive. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for such a beautiful lesson and putting across. Okay. Right. We will interact at a close quarter with Inles Panama City, obviously through Nilsa. Okay. Right. Thank you so much. May I have the privilege to invite our next panelist, Miss Sumita Priya, one of the director of Mohan Enterprise from India. And yes, she comes up with a brand called Buffy. Okay. What is Buffy? She'll put it across. But if you allow me to give her a kind of title, you know, or kind of garnering a word to her, I will not call her pad man. I will not call her pad woman either. I will call her pad human. Pad human. Why I call her pad human, right? What is the story behind it? How did she find the idea to launch this product, manufacturing sanitary napkins for last roughly around 12 to 14 months precisely during the course of pandemic. What is this entrepreneurship all about? We'll get to know from Sumita. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kundan. Namaste to all members present here. I'm Sumita from India, and it's my pleasure to be here to present myself towards uh, present my experiences and journey towards entrepreneurship. Friends, as I am associated with NGOs which work for women's nowadays women's who are in slum areas and all, and there I saw that women's do not use hygienic products and all for the mainly during a menstrual periods time. So from there from there onwards I just got an idea, and my mind stuck to it. Okay, I should do something for women's hygiene. So I and at home also I saw my maid and I asked her, do you use these napkins for your this periods time? She don't know. They told that they only use a traditional clothes and all. Still in India there's a many women's many to say I think 40% women's only use a hygienic products like sanitary napkins. Still they use and still 60% of the women don't use it. So this just stuck me up. Okay, how can it happen that nowadays the world is going towards new 21st century, and women's in India is still don't use sanitary pads. Mm, so so it comes in my mind, and one day I think it was the 13th May during a pandemic. We were sitting, I and my husband, and there from there we started our journey. We had our respected Prime Minister's Shri Narendra Modi's announced about the vocal to local and made in India products. From there, I got the mind and started my journey from there. And we just went in pandemic session only. We just went to places, visiting places and searching for the market, how we can work out on this during a pandemic session. So we went to villages and all and saw there's ladies, they don't have any knowledge about all these things, and they are just using unhygienic products and getting many problems, medical problems in concern of these things. So we just thought of manufacturing all this sanitary napkins. So we searched out about it, and we just developed our product in the name of Buffy, and just we started manufacturing this product from, I think, on 3rd July we have launched my product. But there was a pandemic, so we can't go and search for the market. So we sit at home and just started for searching for marketing and all, but we were not getting any logistics and all for it. So we started distributing these products to rural areas. We managed to go some rural areas. We given to our maids and Anganwadi Mehlas for the women's for distributing all these things, and they just started distributing the product and to rural areas, different rural areas in Gujarat. So from there we saw good response were coming. So in the pandemic time only, good response were coming from all over rural areas from our surrounding state. So we just keep relaxed, and I thought, yes, we can do it. And I just I'm targeting for the whole India in rural areas should use, and I'm hoping for towards development of sanitary napkins, and giving people using, and seeing people using in rural areas also. My main target is rural area, and women who work, daily workers, women who don't know even, and trying to give them a knowledge about it. And we are now again a pandemic came, and we just thinking how to, we are managing for a marketing, and we are going through it, and let's see what is going on. But I hope for the best, and hope you all to be up positively. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Sumita. Another beautiful story of the combination, the beautiful combination of grit, innovation, and decision making. You know, had that not been a decision making on 10th of May 2020, this product would not have come, right? So thank you very much for giving us Buffy. Thank you very much for giving the human Buffy, and that is why I would repeatedly would like to call you, love to call you pad human, pad human. Yeah, thank you very much. And let's see how the Buffy product can also be linked with some of the buyer, some of the distributor in this part of the world, Latin America and the Caribbean region. Yeah,
thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
If I say, thank you, Sumita, and if I say that woman has to use sanitary napkin, so she cannot venture out in the domain of the patriarchy, okay, the male dominated world, the profession where only and only male dominates, okay, only and only male dominates, because she is weak, she is timid, she is docile, okay, she can't take decision on her part, somebody else, any other male will take a decision. May I welcome, right, to prove all these wrong, okay, I welcome from Mexico, Michelle Junuet. She is a woman entrepreneur, the family of women entrepreneurs, okay, and she works in the area of forklift trucks. Let's see what she has in her presentation. Over to Michelle.
Good morning. First of all, thank you for the invitation to this roundtable by and for female entrepreneurs. My name is Junuet Baez. I'm 21 years old, and in this moment, I'm finishing my major of communication and media prediction. But today, I speak to you representing a company founded by a woman called Reese Lightruck, today known as Lightruck Company, a family company that, as I said before, was founded by a woman, to be specific, this woman here, within an industrial range where the male gender stands out. And the fact of having an idea and carry out is something complicated, requires courage, effort, and dedication. For that reason, this entrepreneurship since its foundation faced the gender gap that have been overcome. Despite this, we have 14 years inside the industrial market offering our service, giving a support to other families and general solutions. But however, this crisis for COVID-19 has been devastating in social, political, and economic ways. In Mexico, the problem began with the fast expansion of the virus, which caused losses in big and small business. So many company breaks and many more just disappeared, leaving people employed with limited resources and the obligation to stay staying home. And the consequences of mandatory confinement last about 6 months, where many places were closed, and including schools, which left thousands of students without going to presential class for a year and a half. Causing a lot of women will be adapted to the homeschool modality. And the large number of infection caused the over demand in hospitals and shortage in medicine and material. Medical personnel were also affected in their physical health, and the mental health was a problem with the Mexican population. Nevertheless, we are learning about this new lifestyle. For our peers and entrepreneurs, we have to adapt us to the new COVID-19 measures, implementing social media to stay in the market. We have to say that as a company of service and maintenance before the crisis, we visited large companies to expand our field of work, but the doors were closed. And with this, the opportunity to be known in the industry was reduced. With the new prevention measures imposed by the state, extra expense were generated by proving infection prevention material. And this in turn was reflected in our earnings. And for this type of losses, the government offered a micro-enterprise aid program called Credit to the World that gives us the opportunity to take advantage and certain amount to cover expenses. This situation shows as entrepreneurs how adaptable we have to be in a social context and to this situation or other situations that could be present in the future. Now, inside the life truth industry, we can say that we are an hybrid entrepreneurship. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you so much. Okay, I can see the lady behind. Yeah, I think I met her 4 years back when I was interacting with my friend who is here in the room. Okay, Fausto Ortiz, my friend here, right? And with him, we had visited Montacargas Capi, right? So good that I think the second generation of the entrepreneur have already taken charge, and we can see the beautiful future of your company, right? This is a struggling phase for all of us, but a well-trained human resources and a leadership with a lot of innovation technique, okay, in line with your company. All the best to you, Michelle. Thank you for such a lovely presentation, right? Uh, uh, with this 6 presentations by our panelists, over to you, Pranjal, to resume this first 6 presentation, please. Over to you, Pranjal.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kundan. I will not take much of the time, but a small thing to mention that whenever Kundan is the moderator, we are bound to go over time. But the joke apart, this interactive session has marked the journey to see the beautiful cross-cultural learnings, exchange of knowledge and thoughts. And especially, as Kundan mentioned earlier, this is South-South. And for me, I'm thankful to all the women present here who presented their journey, their challenges, what the solutions they are thinking, what solutions they are building upon. It has been a rich conversation. Before we move on to the next section, again, just wanted to remind us the beautiful line which Nilsa brought in the presentation: crisis is the greatest time to self-reflection and self-growth. Over to you, Kundan.
Thank you, Pranjal. You are always satirical, and I love that satire. Okay, take the time in our stride and let's go ahead. Thank you, Pranjal. So the 7th panelist now, may I invite Miss Dita Yuning Trias from Indonesia, right? Dita is the director, CEO, and the MD of Indo Export Nusantara. Okay, she's a manufacturer, she's a technocrat, she's an innovator, and she comes up with coconut sugar, a product called coconut sugar, right? Let's see what is her thoughts on the process and the way she looks at the entrepreneurship as a whole. Dita, over to you.
Okay, thank you for everyone. As you can see on the screen, I was started everything by working as a secretary in some company, local company. It's called Kartini Utama. It's a big giant company. I was a secretary to the director. And start from there, I start my own business by opening small restaurant from a very, very small into a very, and then I expand it by opening to several branches into some cities. But now, for now, I prefer to focus on my core of business, which means coconut sugar, as Mr. Kundan said. Uh, I'm sorry, a little bit nervous in here.
No problem. You can resume your whole slide in 1 or 2 lines and move to the next slide. Okay, Dita?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that is a technique. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
My company, this is for export for agriculture product. But now, for this COVID pandemic, I was changing my company into agri-tech, which means agriculture and digitech. As we all know, the event and every single event that we used to come online, offline, which is now is being off, and everything is changing by online. So we only can do some business meeting and by Zoom, maybe. Yeah. This COVID pandemic bring the company that I have into a little hampered. I mean, usually we got buyer from exhibition, even, but now all we are going through online. I choose to make change in the field of marketing and expand my market target. Maybe by this inlets, we can do some collaboration for one and other panelists that we can do some working together for some project like Sarah, maybe in Indonesia we have some craft too. Maybe your craft can be barter in here in Indonesia, and we can send something in there also. And this COVID-19 has a really had huge impact on Indonesia, and I believe it happened to other countries as well, especially in the economic sector in Indonesia. Indonesia is a country with so many islands, depending on tourism industry. As we all know, every place in Indonesia has been closed, especially Bali and Yogyakarta. Even some large companies have been closed. They can handle the cost while the order were running down. No exception for children is affected by. We are learning from online from home, and maybe from this pandemic, a lot of children has some mental issues too, because as we all know, they are never to meet their friends. They are only staying home. They got no holiday, no vacation. Every place is being prohibited, prevented by the government too. It's not only the adult person, but we all too. The children, the adult, and everyone is got the mental issue. I think for this pandemic. And meanwhile, we don't know when this pandemic will be over, but we have to adapt to it because the world will not wait for us, and because our world changing rapidly. How to harness digital transformation for now? As we look to the new year, digitalization will continue to vital as companies evolve their initial work from home policies to create a longer-term hybrid workforce. Then meet both employee and business need. Have we prepared our business properly for all of this? For me, I didn't prepare it very well. As a women entrepreneur, particularly in low and middle income countries, we face many complex challenges in setting up, growing, and sustaining our business. And at the same time, that we as a women business are struggling to survive. We are also aware that many other women have had to become entrepreneurs due to the necessity because this pandemic. Many of us lost of their job due to the economic impact of COVID. And plenty also saw a loss of household income from the other family members losing their job, needing an income to support themselves and their family. Many women quickly become entrepreneurs for the first time of these years. If we, as the new entrepreneur, as a woman and a womanpreneur, as well as existing woman business owner, we are enabled to equal access to the knowledge, skill, and resources more readily available to men. We will see the economic uplift society desperately need post-pandemic. If the gender gap in this entrepreneurship is closed at this time of the enormous economic loss of uncertainty, the untapped potential of women entrepreneurs could be the key to rejuvenating economies all over the world. That's what I was thinking for now, sir. Thank you, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you, Dita. Thank you. Two keywords, very nice. Your application in the manufacturing of your quite an innovative product of coconut sugar and the application of agri-tech technique, right?
Yes.
I think you are taking Indonesia to some other level, yeah. And the word that you have used is womanpreneur. I mean, that we will apply it. Womanpreneur, right? Sociopreneur, womanpreneur, right? Entrepreneur and womanpreneur. Beautiful. Thank you, Dita. Thank you so much. We will be in close connect, and we'll try to develop this new connection of the business with Indonesia. We are already interacting with the honorable esteemed MSc of Indonesia and Panama, right? And someday you will be traveling to Central America very soon, or we will be traveling to Indonesia, right? Thank you.
We will welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dita. Thank you for such a lovely presentation, right? From coconut sugar, let's not eat lot of sugar, yeah, because health is very important. And if the health is so important, then for our next panelist, the health concern and how Natalia looks at it through her, Miss Natalia Cardiello from Argentina, how she looks at the whole concern, the wellness, the holistic health, you know, through her project, through her entrepreneur project called Saraswati Territorio Multicultural. Okay, Saraswati is the goddess of education and wisdom. Okay, Saraswati es la diosa de educación y sabiduría en la India. Okay, ese es el nombre de la empresa de Natalia. Over to you, Natalia.
Hi, Kundan. Thank you so much. Hi, good evening, good day for everyone. My name it is Natalia Cardiello from Argentina. I am social worker, and also I have my yoga teacher diploma from Vivekananda University in Bangalore, India. Also, I am examiner from World Association of Yoga Science, certifying body Ministry of Ayush. I am founder and director of Saraswati House of Yoga. Please, can you show the video? Thank you. Under my direction, I have 6 yoga professors from different yoga avenues, from different level and for different ages, including yoga for pregnancy, for sports people, yoga for seniors, and so on. We also offer a variety of courses such as Ayurvedic meditation, Ayurvedic cooking classes, Ayurvedic medical consultations in charge of a special Ayurvedic doctor. We offer yoga and Ayurveda mountain retreats, anti-stress programs, rejuvenation programs, and also from my yoga school, we have participated in multiple cultural events in different countries, and we have brought yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda to prisons, schools, companies, and various institutions to elevate people's life. Okay, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have adapted to it, and we offer various online training courses, and we have also begun in conjunction with the Inter-American University, 3 years university diploma training in yoga science that is unique in Latin America, and we have students from several countries. We adapt and become flexible in the face of this new world situation, and with a simple click, we can be internationally connected. The wellness industry is here to stay, and that's it. That is what we are focusing on, as humanity needs a quantum leap towards inner balance. Many thanks to the directors of Inlays for the invitation to participate in this panel. This is my short history. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Natalia. Yes, definitely. Yoga is a science. You're right. And you are taking an industry forward, which you have named as wellness industry. I like the word wellness industry. Still in our part of the world in India, we are struggling for film industry. Okay. You name the industry as wellness industry. Very nice. Beautiful, Natalia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Iles will be connecting you to various yoga centers, as you know, right? So we will see, we will work out together. How can we develop together a kind of new synergy? Okay. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. And we can see that the positive vibes is already reaching through the screen. The beautiful, great smile that you have. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right. Without much ado, let me invite our next panelist, Miss Jayashree Krishnan. I would call her, or I would prefer to call her homepreneur. Okay. So we had technopreneur, we had womanpreneur, we had sociopreneur. Now we have homepreneur. Okay. And she is the director, CEO, and the MD of The Organica Garden Shop, right? Or shopping, as we are now. Okay. Jayashree, over to you.
Greetings. Vanakkam. Passion to purpose, purpose to profession. Can I have the slide, please?
Yes, Jayashree, sorry, I'm still finding your presentation. I somehow not finding on my system. I could give you permission to share if you wish.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you have the permission to share.
I can share. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I can share, right?
Yes, you have the permission to share. I have given on the Zoom, you should have.
Yeah. Yes, passion to purpose and purpose to profession. Yes, I am an homopreneur and an entrepreneur from home. My office is my terrace. So I have my terrace with 750 square feet. I have more than 500 plants. From there, I have started my journey. And I am Jayashree Krishnan, CEO of The Organica Garden Shop from India, Tamil Nadu. I have more than 20 years of experience as a solopreneur in various fields. Everything I did from home only. Have developed more than 50 small-scale entrepreneurs, and many of them are working from home only. And I'm a public speaker, trainer, and a business coach. I'm a very, very passionate garden lover. That's how my passion to profession. So because of my family responsibilities, I couldn't go for a job. Then I thought, why don't I take my passion to profession? So that's how I started my journey in 2014. I started my company, and then I just started with giving plants and products. Then later, I just to improve to less space, more harvest concept. Even I wanted to encourage Falguni garden, even 20 square feet, you can do a lot of wonders. Then in moving to 2017, 18, I got a lot of recognitions, awards, and media coverage. All this, it's all feather to my crown. It motivated me a lot. So I thought, okay, let me do something for the society also. I just extended my service once in a while. I create a lot of awareness just for the pollution and just to save water and go green environment. I first initially started a seed Ganesha concept in India. And from then my success story expanded. Now I have expanded my business to hydroponic and microgreens, and I'm doing a lot of organic farming consultation. Yeah, it's a wonderful journey. It's like it's not only growing vegetables or food from your terrace. It's like a sustainable form. Like I am just covering all together, like waste management, food, organic food habits, your health, everything together. So it was really a successful story. Then this pandemic period, yeah, of course, everyone, even in India, it's we are in now in a second stage of pandemic. It's really a lot of challenges are there. Lot of health issues due to the immune power system and food habits here, and scarcity of food availability, and also loss of livelihood. Lot of problems are there. But to the positive approach, I just made use of this approach in a very positive way. I just started creating the awareness about the organic food and herbs, and created the awareness, grow your own food for your sustainable, self-sustainable lifestyle. So even if you have a small space at home, you can grow your own food. That gives you a healthy lifestyle. And also home gardening, just for the mental relaxation and for your fitness, as well as for your health. It is the need of the hour. And I just took this pandemic period as my business growth period, in other words. So various awareness program have conducted, and that gives the insights about grow your own food and stay healthy life. So encouraging people to plant more and more trees, because everyone is struggling for a good oxygen. So if the society goes well, then the problem will come down. That's my idea. So I just took this opportunity, pandemic period, into a positive approach. So really, I am getting a very, very good success. I'm just, my branding, business branding also goes well. And my personality branding also goes well. I am taking this pandemic period in a very positive approach. People really got the awareness about the health. It's a very, very positive sign, I feel. And coming to the next, future prospects, how I am going to help people, how I am going to help the society by creating the new innovations like hydroponics project. Even in a small space, you can, it's like a floating farm. You can do a lot of wonders within a small space. And Go Green initiative. So wherever possible, in many like seed Ganesha and seed ball activities. So I'm trying to create Go Green initiative and employment generation. See, with this terrace garden, from working from home, you can earn lot of money. It is, you can give good food to the people also, nearby neighbors also. You can earn money also. Even in a small terrace, you can grow greens, salad greens, or whatever it is within a small space, either in a hydroponic form or with a soil base. And you can earn also, instead of sitting and telling, oh sad, I just lost my job, it's a very pandemic period. We can take this as a positive sign. We are all sitting at home. At the same time, we can earn money also. And it is a betterment of environment. Every house, if you see, each and every house full of green, each and every, in the apartment, in the society, if you see each and every small space, even in the balcony, if you see a green, full of green, then naturally no need to worry about the oxygen. We'll have a healthy lifestyle, no doubt in that. And creating more entrepreneurs. So whatever, maybe the women entrepreneur or a men entrepreneur. So we can create more entrepreneur for this healthy and sustainable lifestyle. And agriculture, it is the backbone of every country now. Even in the pandemic period, other technology is not working, but only the agriculture is working very well. So we have to make use of this period in a very positive way, and grow your own food for your healthy and happy life. I just wanted to end my session with, if you want to be successful in this world, just to follow your passion, not your paycheck. So happy gardening and have a healthy and happy lifestyle. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jayashree. What an motivating and inspiring story. Beautiful, beautiful. You are bringing the mother, I would say, in nutshell, right? You are bringing the Mother Earth to human beings, okay? And showing them how to be human, right? And creating not entrepreneurs, you are creating humanpreneurs. Can we say that? Okay, you are creating humanpreneurs. Beautiful. Thank you, Jasri, for such a lovely presentation. We will connect and we'll explore more synergy and more opportunity, specifically business opportunity. Right? Thank you again. Thank you. May God bless you. Right. Next panelist in line, we have Miss Viridiana Carranza. The story with the crack team in Mexico through the teaching of English language, translation between Spanish and English, English-Spanish, right? Let's see how Viridiana has the story to share with us, how she handled this whole stress, this anxiety through the language learning and teaching. Over to you, Viridiana.
Thanks, Kendon. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'm going to tell you something about myself. I am Mexican, as I said before. I'm 32 years old, but I've been a teacher for almost 15 years. And I think I am a woman with good attitude, and I am an entrepreneur due to the COVID-19. And now I am a member of Marketing Consent, which is a group of independent entrepreneurs. And my project of life is to help people achieve their goals through the language learning, but then change the next slide. I'm going to explain this. And I will tell you a little bit more about my story. When the pandemic started to damage a lot of, no, before that, please. Thank you. Because I'm going to tell you my story of how I started to be an entrepreneur due to COVID, and then how I joined the crack team. First of all, when the pandemic started to damage all in all senses, I was working at school, but the schools started to shut down. But I got pregnant, and the school fired me because they didn't want to pay my health insurance, and I didn't know how to do because I didn't have the support of his father, so I was like a single mother, and I wanted to have something to offer to my baby, and I didn't want to go to the public hospital because of the pandemic. So I started to think, what I'm going to do now like this, I'm pregnant, I don't have work, and my baby is about to be born. And first of all, I believe in God, then I believe in myself, and I thought of myself. I am a teacher, and I've been a teacher for almost 15 years, so I have enough tools to give some classes, by particular classes, to some students, and started to use the online tools, and that's why I decided to be an entrepreneur. So, and first of all, I started with some students, and then I knew some members of crack team, and they told me, oh, you should join us, and you should help us and collaborate with us with training courses and things like that. So I said yes. And now I don't have the necessity to work for any school, and I work by myself and continue giving some classes. And now I am a certified teacher, and I'm about to get some certifications so I could give more certifications to my students by myself with official, expeded by official organisms like SET, which is the maximum organization in Mexico for education. And I see myself in more years continue helping people, because as we know, the English language is very important. It's like the universal language, and thanks to it, we can communicate with other people all over the world, or we can make some businesses with all over the world. So I think it's one of the most important language. That's why we are communicating by English now. So when the pandemic was um, finishing with the jobs and education here in Mexico, all the people wanted to entrepreneur or wanted to undertake some new projects, and they asked me to help them because they needed to learn the language to get a better job or communicate with other people all over the world. And I helped them. And I think that's my mission, to help the people achieve their goals through this language. Because if we know English, we can connect with people all over the world. And I have some students who made some businesses because they learned English and they know how to communicate with more entrepreneurs. I'm going to talk about more about Mexico during this pandemic and about the challenges. So, what challenges and perceptions in Mexico, for example, talking about the education. Let me see. Well, now most students need to go over their education not only with safety measures, but also the topics related to different subjects. And the English language is one of the most challenging issues because not all the majority here in Mexico speak English, and not the student community. Talking about human factor, the companies not only have to take care of the workers' physical health, but also it is essential to identify the state of the workers' mental health. As some of you said before, the mental health is very important, and I think sometimes it's more important than the physical mental. If you are good with the mental health, you can feel better and you can do more things. And talking about the financial sector, well, Mexico have to improve by taking 2000 as reference and achieving a range between 1.5 and 2.5%, a range based on the improvement in economic activity expected from the third and fourth quarters of the year, once the health continues ends. And finally, let's go to the first slide, please. As a conclusion, here in Mexico, we have the opportunity to become more entrepreneurs because last year, the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development ranked Mexico as the second best country to undertake new projects, which is pretty good. More and more young entrepreneurs decide to choose up and around business. However, in the context of the pandemic and the current government, panorama of uncertainty has been generated for many companies. But I think we can get over this kind of uncertainty. And I can tell you that nothing is impossible with another effort in good planning. In Mexico, there are currently more than 4,230,000 small and medium-sized companies. So I think these numbers are very interesting for my country because I know that it is not impossible to become an entrepreneur and to start a business. Sometimes we have to get over all these kind of groups that the life makes us, but it is not impossible. I can tell you, I had a very good frustration because I was pregnant because my baby has special needs. But with all of these kind of situations, I can keep with my professional life and with my motherhood, and I think we combine it. So the thing that I could say and the thing that I could tell you as a conclusion about my own experience is like, no matter what is happening in your life, if you want to become something, don't just please do it. Don't do if you got idea, it's because you got idea in your mind and in your heart. And when you combine your mind with your heart, you can do everything that you want. So believe in God, believe in you, and please become your fears into challenges and get over the challenges. Thanks for it.
Thank you, Viridiana. Thank you so much. You are a born teacher. You should know that. You are a born teacher, right? And a teacher creates a civilization, right? Being an expectant mother and planning to become a full-fledged entrepreneur, right? Such a beautiful story, right? Thank you, Viridiana, to tell us this story, and we have learned a lot from this, right? Thank you very much again.
Thanks.
Right. Our next panelist, my dear friend, my colleague in another venture, right? Adelfa Martinez, Miss Adelfa Martinez from Colombia. She is one of the director of an organization called, newly born organization called Filmica, right? Filmica. So let's see what Adelfa has for us from Filmica. Over to you, Adelfa.
And thank you, Kondan, and thank you. Good morning for everyone. I am very, very excited and very happy for this invitation. Congratulations for this powerful event, and congratulations too for all the previous very interesting projects. I'm so sorry, but I don't speak English very well, but I will try. I am Adelfa Martinez from Colombia. There has always been an entrepreneur in me. For 22 years, also as former director of Film Institute, I have been working for the audiovisual industry in our national government and the other cine organizations of my country, Colombia. Colombia had seen foul time since...
Sorry, Adelfa, sorry. Can we have the next slide? Can we change the slide? Because I think you need the next slide to go on.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Pranjal, can we have the...
Okay. Colombia has been foul time since March 2020, followed by some recent political disturbs and social unrest, which has not been amicable for our country and economic at large. COVID-19 pandemic, no doubt, brought economic recession in the country. Sectors like tourism, like hospitality and film productions got directly impacted. But we are here, and I want to introduce you to our company, Filmica, creating stories together. Filmica is a miracle in the context of the pandemic. It has been an opportunity for me to meet my partners and establish bonds of truth with people that perhaps in another circumstance I wouldn't have met. So paradoxically, the pandemic has allowed us to take that necessary pause to think about making dreams come true. Filmica partners are for dreamers, for ambition beings whom dream of connection, distance, and different worlds, countries, and cultures, who actually have a lot in common. So Filmica happens to me because of like-minded force joining hands. Kundan from Inland, being one such entrepreneurs coming together. Yvonne and Carlos are the other two very creative and enthusiastic interpreter and Filmica. Okay, Filmica is based at Bogotá in Colombia. Our main objective is to promotion audiovisual connecting with India, Indonesia, Europe, USA, Africa, and Latin America. Initially, we want that Indian producers and Indonesian producers come to Colombia to shoot their films. But why Colombia? Why we we say that Colombia is your destiny. We have 5 reasons, 5 principal reasons. First, Colombia offers the unique incentives in Latin America for international audiovisual projects. 2, Colombia has highly talented human, and we are very competitive hiring prices. 3, amazing locations. Colombia is full of different architecture monuments, urban environment, structures from various areas, and variety of landscapes, jungle, sea, desert, mountain, rivers, and series. And all of the locations are very, very minutes or maximum 2 hours by plan for each other. 4, Colombia is connected to the interior of the country, to rest of the American continent and other continents. It has an excellent transport connection and proximity to cities. Finally, our cultural diversity, Colombia is recognized for it. We have a rich cultural diversity, including its unique blend of urban, semi-urban, and indigenous population, which gets manifested in this music, songs, dance, language. So we are ready for attend to production and post-productions. In Colombia, 4 films were shot in recent years. For example, Memoria by the famous director Apichatpong is the first film shot outside of Thailand, and he chose the amazing Colombian location. Today, Memoria is part of the official selection for the Cannes Festival 2021. And so we can say you, Filmica creating stories together is waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adelfa. Thank you so much for such a very, very straight and beautiful presentation. It is a proud moment for us to be launching Filmica gradually, right? And for me, especially, very, very proud moment to be a part as a co-director with Filmica, with such a good friend, like-minded, right-minded people, as we repeatedly say, with Adelfa Martinez, who has an immense experience of audiovisual industry in Colombia, especially, right? Networking with the world fora, with France, Canada, UK, and Spain, and now India awaits you. India, Bollywood, Collywood, and the Indonesian film industry. To begin with, we will connect, right? Thank you so much, Adelfa, for such a beautiful presentation. And we owe lots to our other co-directors, Yvonne and Carlos, okay? As you rightly said, extremely creative and extremely enthusiastic directors that we have. Thank you, Adelfa. Thank you so much for taking me in the fora of, okay, como digamos, en el regazo de la industria audiovisual colombiana, okay, in the lap of the audiovisual industry of Colombia. We will get somewhere together. Thank you, Adelfa. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Next time, maybe I can speak very well.
You already spoke very well, right? You put across your word. Thank you, Adelfa. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Our next panelist and the last panelist is Dr. Preeti Pan. From her company name is Lenguas Language Services, right? She is an expert in Spanish language, Hispanic culture, Spanish, Hindi, English language mediation. Over to Preeti from India.
Hi, good evening, or good morning, or very, very late for Ditta. midnight rendezvous with the world. But thank you very much, Inlays, for hosting this, for organizing this this interaction. And it's been very valuable listening to all the panelists here, the variety of experiences, the variety of fields that everyone has worked and succeeded in, and the energy and enthusiasm everyone shows in the face of this very, very special time, the pandemic. It's a very special time. So I'll start with so I don't have a bone of entrepreneurship in my body, if you really ask me. And in my whole family, my long extended family history, there's been nobody who's ever done business, who's been on their own. Self-employment was always it was always a matter that intrigued me, because it is something that other people did. It's not something that I ever saw in my immediate environments. In fact, as a child, on television, I saw a story, and the story was about, it was some famous writer. His story had been adapted about a man who has graduated from the university and is desperately looking for a job. He is looking for employment, and he gets employment in an office as an errand boy. He has to run errands for people, for the big bosses in the company. And he goes to this place of worship where the person there in charge, he often mentions to him that it'll be better if you are self-employed. Why don't you go back to self-employment? Why don't you do it? He keeps goading him, and this man doesn't want to pay attention till he meets a girl who he likes, but the girl doesn't want anything to do with him. So he wonders why, and then she has a conversation with him, and she says, "You work for somebody else. I work for myself." And he doesn't know what she does. She has a cloth dyeing unit. She's a self-employed girl. She has a very small workshop where she dyes cotton material into other colors. And he keeps visiting her, and then he starts participating in her work, and then they start developing a camaraderie. Eventually, he leaves his job, which was of an errand boy, and he becomes a partner in her small self-employed venture, and he's very happy. Now, this was a story that was strange to me. I didn't understand the happiness. I didn't understand the enchantment till I actually stepped into it. Can we change the slide, Pranjal? So after, sometimes some people take a break from outside work to concentrate on family. I was one of those. So I took a small break, not a complete break, because I was studying in the meanwhile as well. And I decided, studying from within home, and I decided to step out again. When I decided to step out is when the pandemic also came. And I am someone who has, who believes in the theatrics, in the performative art of teaching. And the pandemic clipped my wings completely. I did not know how to go about it anymore. This was a time when I was mentally, emotionally, physically prepared to step out, and I had to step in. The one thing that I knew that I do and I would love to do was to teach, but I could not do it the way I had known to do it. I never used material. I would always create my own content, but it was always through my performance. It was barely through the digital medium, barely. When I had begun teaching 20 years ago, I was the only teacher in the school to have a laptop and the only one to be able to make a PowerPoint presentation. But by the time I went back to teaching, I was maybe the only teacher who had a complete disconnect with the digital world. Now, this was a time when I could not use what I knew best, but still I had to, because I was prepared to. Also, I had to. there was a necessity, financial necessity that everyone has faced. And then somebody called and said, I got this nudge. Why don't you do digital? And I was like, I don't do digital. I've never done digital. Who does digital? I don't even have a TV at home. And a month later, the person called again and said, do you want to do digital? And I said, yes, I think I will do it. I think I will do it. So that's when I started training myself on how to use the digital mode, how to go about it. After that, I've done all kinds of things on the laptop that I had never dreamt of, that one couldn't do. I am still learning, but I've done children's workshops and the children have been thrilled. So those of you who know Spanish, I was supposed to do a small workshop for children to introduce them to the beauty of the language. And I decided to teach them 2 words in Spanish, which mean a lot. One is pues, and the other is vaya. That's it. With these 2 words and a sock puppet in my hand, and I had the children glued to their screens for 45 minutes. So that is where I see my journey. It began with, and it went on to something where I was thrilled with what I was doing. Can we change the slide, please? So I was just working on my own, and then I decided, I was actually propelled by the new tax regime in my country, wherein if you are self-employed, if you have a company, you pay very less tax. And if you are employed by somebody else, you pay a very big tax. So I decided that this makes sense, that I should take the next big step. That is, I should register myself as a company, and I should wear it proudly on myself that I am an entrepreneur and I enjoy doing it and I earn my bread with it. And I've come a long way. So what we do is that we provide language services. I kept the name very simple, Lenguas, because language means simple. Language makes life simple. Language makes communication possible. So that's it. It's simply possible. So that is why I kept it simple, Lenguas, because we have 3 main languages that we deal with: Hindi, English, and Spanish. In all 3 languages, I have published, I speak, I perform, and I create, I write poetry. So these are the 3 languages that I'm very comfortable with. I can get creative with these languages. I can play around with them. So these are the core languages we work with. We also work with several other Indian languages, and at beginners level, some other European languages as well. The things that we do are all that we can do with the language. We translate, we interpret, we mediate, we facilitate, and we give instruction. Also, of late, I have been approached to help with my linguistic capabilities as a language expert with the industry, with different sectors who want to try to understand what role language plays when it comes to developing an interface, when it comes to developing easy methods of communication and things like that. Can we change? So, okay, to sum up the previous slide, because I know Spanish, so I can teach Hindi and English to a Spanish speaker. Same is with facilitation. Because I know Hindi, I can mediate between a Spanish speaking person and a Hindi speaking person, and I can teach Spanish in Hindi to somebody who wants to learn. Because I know English, I can help with people who are more conversant with English. So here I realized that I had the set market is where I teach Spanish in India. And then the market to be explored, which I'm sure is a big one because I am getting feeders there, are to teach the Indian languages in other countries. So that's what I'm going to explore in this year. That's the aim. And what I have realized is, happily too, that the digital mode is here to stay. Teaching as a performative art does not need to be restricted to my antics inside a free classroom. Even in the coming 2 years, there is going to be indirect, hybrid, distance. All these words are going to be used when it comes to interaction between people, whether it is for teaching and learning or it is for mediation and interaction the way we are doing it here. So the digital mode is here to stay. I'm learning, the world is learning, and things are becoming very easy. The positives are that I am going to get more business because the difficulty of mobility, of logistics has been done away with. Wherever you are, you're traveling, you're sitting, you're at the airport, you do not need to miss a session. You do not need to fret over getting late, not getting your bus. Why? I have people who turn their videos off because they're not in the most convenient part of their homes. But they don't have to cut their session. It still continues. The challenge is that when it comes to language teaching, when it comes to dealing with languages, along with other things in this, along with agriculture, as Dita pointed out, the other field that has really developed is technology, AI, the language interfaces that people are developing. They're really coming up very fast. But at the same time, we've also realized that people need people. I've had people in the beginning discourage me, saying that, oh, there are tons of apps on the phone. Why would we want to? Or we can just use an app and understand what the other person is saying. But the story remains that a lot is lost in translation, especially if it is machine made. The famous story about the World War times, it still remains very relevant, where this message was translated from English to Russian. The message in English was, the flesh is mighty, the spirit is mightier than the flesh. And when the general asked for a reverse translation, the machine said, vodka is stronger than beef. So, so the machine translations and the AI-based help is going to be there, but I know I'm going to be relevant in the future as well. Thank you. Thank you, Inlays. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Priti. Thank you. Such a beautiful storyteller that you are, right? Okay. What comes to our mind as an inlays, a kind of interfacing between Priti and Viridiana in Mexico for the language interface, and Priti and Adelpha can offer a kind of guion, a storytelling or a story writing for the next film, okay? For the next film of Collywood or Bollywood coming to Colombia. So Preeti, you have 2 jobs already, one in Colombia and one in Mexico for the new synergy to be developed. Am I right? Ladies, Viridiana and Adelpha, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So
yes,
that could
thanks,
be a,
Kandan.
yeah.
You're very right.
Yeah, thank you. So what I quickly, Pranjal, with your permission, if you, we can very quickly go for a very 30 seconds, okay, 30 seconds review with each panelist with one or two lines speaking by each panelist. Is that idea okay, Pranjal?
And we could follow the bottom top-down approach, means the Raina or Preeti could start first, however you think.
Correct. Okay, excellent. So may I go in this room, my dear estimada Rina, are you there in the room? Are you there, Rina? Are you there? Rina Rahman from El Salvador. Okay, maybe it is the time of merienda or okay. So let's go to Nilsa. Nilsa, are you there? Nilsa? Yes, just one or two lines, your thoughts, 1 or 2 lines. Yeah. I can see not only your smile in the eyes, but on your face too, without the mascarilla, without the face mask. Okay, Nilsa, 1 or 2 lines, quickly. Go ahead.
I think today we have heard a lot of stories of courage from everybody, amazing women, some with a lot of like a long journey, some like myself that we're starting a journey, some that have already some legs ahead. And I am so honored to have been here with you all and share this time. I applaud you for your amazing work, and I encourage you to continue sharing it to the world because it is amazing. Um, I hope that we continue to be a platform, as in Lace. I love the cat, Dita, that's cute. That we continue to be a platform so that we can continue to encourage other women, other entrepreneurs, and also we continue to connect you because that's what we want to do. This is just the very beginning of a network that we want to continue, and we hope that we can cultivate in the future. So thank you so much for all of you for being here today.
Thank you, Nilsa. World is beautiful. It will remain beautiful. Absolutely. I think Neha left, right? Neha left, no Pranjal? Neha left. Okay. Over to Sarah. Sarah, are you in the room? Sarah Torres? Are you in the room, Sarah?
She's there. She's there. She's there.
Sarah? Sarah.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Knock, knock. Yeah. Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah. 30 seconds for you. 1 or 2 line.
Can you repeat it again?
30 seconds for you. Just 1 or 2 line. Your experience in this session. What brings you in, and what we can get from your lesson. Over to you.
It has been a great experience to know about these emerging entrepreneurs. This is the first time being here, and I would like to be in other meetings in the future to share with other people and know about their experience, because I'm a young girl in this business, what I feel, and I would like to learn more to apply in my business too. Well, I can say that I'm super happy for your support and also for giving me the opportunity to be here. Also, I'm so happy to know you, Kuden. You are a great person, and thank you so much to Nilsa for inviting me to this meeting. Thank you. Good luck to all the ones in their businesses. I think you're doing a great job, and I hope we can continue with them.
Thank you, Sarah. You are a young girl, but you are a business girl. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Sumita, are you in the room? Sumita, your 1 or 2 lines.
She's there.
Yes.
She's there. She's there.
Yeah, Sumita. Over to you. 30 seconds. Your overview. 30 seconds. Yeah.
I'm very thankful to everyone over here that given me an opportunity and this platform, and I learned very much from this session, and I hope to be connected in future also, not only for a business but for other relations should also be made by us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome with the product Buffy to Latin America, and you're also welcome to Latin America. You're also welcome to Latin America. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sumita. Over to Michelle. Over to Michelle. Michelle Junuet, Mexico. Michelle, can you have your last words? 1 or 2 words. Michelle, are you in the room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Today.
Are you lifting the montacarga? Are you lifting the forklift now? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. Over to you, Michelle. Go ahead.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, today with all these histories, we can see the different point of view of each entrepreneurs, how the COVID affect in different industries, but how like companies we grows up and we adapted to the new measures and to the new lifestyle.
You adapted to the new lifestyle. Okay. Hope you will also adapt to the changes that the tire industry and the forklift industry are making together. Okay. All the best to you. All the best to you. Yeah, Michelle. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining. We will have much more sessions, many more such sessions in the future. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All the best to you. Can we have Dita? Dita is there in the room. Dita, your last words for this session. Dita from Indonesia. Oh, you are about to hit the bed, but we can't leave you. Dita, over to you.
Thank you for the opportunity to get to know the other entrepreneur from several countries. Thank you for Inles to admit to give me a new relationship for some entrepreneur, a new knowledge, and get to know people who are lovable, positive in mind, and such a great person. Thank you. I hope Inles can make another Zoom meeting just like this more often.
We will
Noted.
Noted. We will make Nilsa and Pranjal noted, both the managing partners and
and one more, Mr. Kundan, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And I hope this meeting is just not in here only. So maybe we can get another communication for one to each other person, maybe, yeah.
We will do for the entire entrepreneurial environment and the ecosystem of Indonesia. We promise. We promise. Okay. We promise.
Yes,
yeah, we can. We will do it.
We'll be having a LinkedIn group that as a part of our Inlays platform, will open a group for the women entrepreneurs so that we can continue a communication there also in that business to business environment there, and we can talk. We love to talk.
So please open it into Clubhouse too, because this modern time.
Let's do it.
You know, you have to use Clubhouse for this time. It's connecting each other from other country and other people. We use Clubhouse often for now.
Thank you so much for the note. We will do that. Who is next?
Dita, keep manufacturing coconut sugar meanwhile. Okay, huge amount of coconut sugar. Thank you, Dita. Thank you.
Kundan, before we move on to the next panelist, I think it is getting late for a couple of them, so we could take a group photo first and then continue with our.
Excellent. Go ahead. Please, let's on the video, please. Are we in the group? You're taking the photo?
So I can do at 1, 2, 3. We could say Inlays and take the
okay.
Photo,
okay. Reena is back. See, Reena is also back. Okay, I can have her then. Okay. Yeah. Are you good? 2. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
2, 3, go.
Inlays, cheese. Taken. Done.
I am taking one more.
Take one more, please. Our indigo lady is back. So before, our young indigo lady is back. Yeah.
I am done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Over to. We missed out the first one. Over to Reena. Your 30 seconds, please. Reena, your 2 words. Your 2 words of wisdom for this session.
I will tell you, it was a great experience. And for me, really, it was so nice to meet so nice ladies from around the world. And I tell you something, this meeting has been like going to university 5 years long.
Thank you. Okay, so very nice word. Okay, let me jump straight to Viridiana, because she's about to leave. Viridiana, are you in the room? Or you left already? Viridiana, okay, your last words, please. Go ahead. Your last comment. Over to you. Yeah, over to you.
Okay, this experience was very good for me because I learned from every one of you, and this motivates me to keep further with my goal. And I really admire you. I admire you, every one of you, because you are a very village women, and I know you are the best entrepreneur. But now that I found it, so thanks for all of you. Thanks to all of you, and thanks for all your knowledge that you have shared with me.
Thank you. Thank you, Viridiana. Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Over to Jayashree. Jayashree, your last words, please. Your last valuable words. How do we grow more? More food.
Yeah, grow and grow yeah, we all together grow and grow. Yeah, it was a very wonderful session and seeing such a positive vibes with each and every entrepreneur here, even in the pandemic period. I'm so happy to meet you all here, and I would like to connect with all entrepreneurs around the world through Inlays. So I'm looking forward to go and connect with all the people regarding the Indian organic foods or herbal foods or eco product or garden related one or community development or rural development, whatever you wanted to improvise in your country. Yeah, definitely. I would like to connect with you all through Inlays. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity. It's a great pleasure for me meeting you all. But my best wishes to each and everyone. Kudos to Inlays team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Jayshree, you can add one Jayshree, you can add one word about this palm also. Just add one word about the palm.
Yeah, here today I have taken one session regarding the Pomeria palm. It has got high health benefit and lot of opportunities are also there. You can do lot of food related, artisans products and health related, and lot of products are there. And our Tamil Nadu and lot of other countries also have a rich source of palm. So I would like to connect with all the countries regarding in this, and it is the need of the hour also, because everyone is struggling for the income. Maybe we can connect with all the countries, we can develop them, and we can develop rural and social development through Inlays. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Professor Suresh sir and Kundan sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
In Indonesia is here, which is developing very high-tech palm technology and palm products. Indonesia is here, right? Okay. Natalia has left already the room. Okay. Over to Adelfa. Your last few words. Adelfa, you're in the room. Adelfa.
Yes,
Adelfa from Colombia. Over to you.
She has left already.
She has left. Okay.
Yes.
Preeti, over to you, please. Last few words. Preeti, are you in the room?
Yes, Kundan, she's there.
Okay. Oh, you are finally there. Finally. Okay. Okay. Last few words to sum it up.
This was fantastic. Okay, it was a wonderful interaction, and I had thought that if we could actually ask each other questions or learn from each other's mistakes and experiences, that would have been nice. But then I didn't know just listening to everybody's stories would also be so enriching, and like everybody else here agrees, it's the positive note that this today's session has given. It is very encouraging, and I believe all of us are going to leave motivated to keep holding strong and innovating in our own fields. So thank you, Inlays, for this opportunity, and waiting for many more to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Preeti. And we promise you from the Inlays side that we will do another program with the same set of panelists, where we will have a cross questioning, asking each other. Okay, we'll do only no presentation, only asking question. Okay, right. With those words, over to Pranjal.
Kundan, 1 second.
Sir.
Kundan, 1 second.
Sir, people have to rush. People have to rush here in Latin America.
No,
sir.
this is important thing.
It is 10:55 morning. Sir.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
This is a pride.
Yeah.
We are having Dr. Renuga Ramakrishnan, who is a Padma Shri nominee, and she is one of the very important person who is being saluted by Dettol company. Pranjal, could you show that picture, please? Yeah, Dr. Renuga Ramakrishnan is from Chennai, and she is a medical doctor and she is a dermatologist from JIPMER, and she has been rendering service to the marginalized community of this city for the past 30 years, and she is one among the best humanitarians, and she's been saluted by Dettol by putting her picture on the Dettol bottle in India. Pranjal, could you show that picture, please?
Yeah, just 1 minute.
So we salute you, ma'am. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to. She's been introducing herself as a healthpreneur. So like homepreneur and entrepreneur, she's a medical doctor, dermatologist. She's been working for leprosy patients, orphanages, and no one has touched that area. Third gender. Now this is the honor given by Dettol. Dettol company has put her picture in the bottle, and it is being honored, and she is a Padma Shri nominee. So we wish on behalf of INLES that Dr. Renuka must receive a Padma Shri, and we'll be honoring her in our next session. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Suresh. So I just want to say a few words. Though I am a doctor basically and a social reformer, dermatologist, whatever it is, I think INLES Sir Kandan sir has made me now not only a healthpreneur, but also I would like to tell that I actually have manufactured an oil. My hair is so long and lengthy after after tonsuring my hair. So I have a product for myself now. You've given me an idea, and listening to all the stories of all over the world, women, I'm really happy. And really, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Suresh Mureskar sir and Kandan from INLES. I'm really happy, and God bless you all during this pandemic. Be positive and stay healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So nice of you, ma'am. We are really, really honored and blessed with your presence, Dr. Renuka. Thank you so much.
You are an inspiration for me now, Kandan sir. I should take a note of you and take your phone number first and start calling you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Really, thank you.
I'm really humbled. I'm really, really humbled. I'm really humbled. Right? Thank you, ma'am.
Everyone.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Over to Pranjal. Pranjal, for your last 2 lines, and we close the session.
Right. So we would love to thank all the women and for sharing their beautiful journey, how they have found out their own way and figure out their own path. And this is lovely, and how Dr. Preeti Pant has summarized the whole thing. So just a thought, do a provocation thought for the next session. Do we really need, or are we so much reliant on the digital media? Without that, our entrepreneurship journey cannot go forward. Are we so much dependent? Or is it another thing which also Dr. Preeti Pant brought? It's the people interaction, or the people helps people. So for me, I would love to close this session with this thought. And does the digital media reliance really helps us to move forward in our entrepreneur journey? And especially if you're talking from the women entrepreneur perspective, or it is the people who really takes this conversation forward. Yes, this particular session is able to be set up due to technology. If this kind of digital media was not available in this pandemic, where we cannot move out of our house, we may not have been able to meet each other. But how well or what is the level of competency we need in digital media is just one thought. But coming back to the beautiful presentation by Sarah Torres, Nilsa, Jayashri, Raina, Samita, Priya, it has been lovely to see, and as Dr. Preeti Pant again mentioned, it has been so enriching to listen, and we look forward to another interactive session. Yet, Kundan, the interactive part of the session is yet missing, but would love to take this forward.
I warn, but nobody listened. We women, we like to talk. Nobody listened. And ladies, I think that another time, we hope we can like go into more industries and some things that we can also continue to enrich your pathways. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Great evening, great night.
Can you imagine in the midst of 30 women, one man,
who wants to talk a lot.
We stole the show. We stole the show. Thank you. Thank you. With that word, thank you so much. Great. Dr. Renuka, welcome. We will interact together. We'll interact.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless.
Vanakkam, ma'am. Vanakkam. Vanakkam. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kundan. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank Kundan, Kundan and Pranjal. Thank you.
Everyone.
Miss Fuji, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Miss Fuji.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this. From Indonesia. From Indonesia. Wow.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
It's time to sleep now.
Yeah. In Indonesia, it's almost 11 p.m. now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Miss
almost
Pooji, thank you.
midnight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time.